So, one of my good friends used to always say, "Your ex is your ex for a reason," and I think that's very true. And it doesn't mean that it apportions more blame to one person or another. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't reason, and sometimes I guess depending on the circumstance, it can have more to do with one person than the other. One of the things I've noticed recently is when you really put your best effort out there. When things come to an end, which they will for a variety of reasons, when people try to circle back, that's the mark of knowing that you are really doing something right. And it's it's an okay thing because dating can be scary, it can be repetitive, it can be filled with a lot of uncertainty. So a lot of times when people circle back around, the women that I've dated that circle back around and tried to reach out or tried to, connect again, I go back to what my friend said. Your ex is your ex for a reason. Now, it doesn't mean that each person that you split with doesn't deserve like some sort of just basic respect or that some people you can't repair it with. But for the most part, your ex is your ex for a reason. And when people circle back around, um, I do what I call, especially, I guess I can be more specific. In one instance, when somebody had moved on, um, and they were kind of with somebody but reaching back out, I gave her a pair of warm socks for her cold feet. And what I mean by that is I gave her the comfort of knowing that if she wanted to reach out and had something to say pertaining to us, then she could reach out, and but it would not be under the guise of me partaking or participating in something disrespectful to the relationship that she was in. If she wanted to disrespect that, that was her business, but I wasn't going to be a part of that. And so those are things you have to let people know. And again, some people you'll split with and never speak to. Some people you have a little bit more in common with, or you've shared more. And so sometimes you're around for a little bit longer. And that was all that I let it be known is you can still reach out if you like, but it won't be under certain circumstances. And sometimes you can say that through your actions, and sometimes you can say that through your words. But as she was getting cold feet as far as moving on from what she knew, I had to give her warm socks to say, be comfortable, but be sure with what you're doing. Go forward with this. That's okay. But you can't get cold feet and think like my door is open for that reason. My door is open to give you some warm socks, give you the support to help you with what you've moved on with. And I don't know if a lot of other people have dealt with that or have thought of it in this context. And that's okay if you haven't. It was just my thoughts where I was coming from when it has come to things, as far as establishing a boundary for myself. When we talk about establishing boundaries, we're looking at being able to say, yes, I will put up certain, borders and boundaries and things like that. And those are the lines that can't be crossed. And those align with our values. Those are our disciplines. Those are our dedications to ourselves. And so when you give somebody warm socks, it's just comforting. It's just saying, okay, cool, I can help you out in the moment, but I'm not going to allow that your cold feet are warmed in my home, in the place that I've, repaired since our split. Nothing wrong with that. To help out, help somebody that you've been close to at some point. And again, each splitting is going to have a different sort of, I guess, revisiting if somebody tried to reach out, just like maybe some of you have tried to reach out to an ex or whatever. I've had people just reach out and want to know what it was about, our splitting. I will certainly speak to that because what they're doing is they're trying to reflect and have some growth from that. So I think that that's fair. There's some people that I've split with I'm not going to talk to because of the energy of the split. But if you can provide warm socks for somebody, possibly with cold feet, maybe a little information, just your thoughts, and do it with grace. because a lot of times when we split, we still want to be able to, like, I don't know, sometimes get that last shot in, but we don't need to do that. If somebody has called you and said, "Hey, what was it?" Be graceful about that. Give them an honest opinion without trying to get a dig in, without trying to be hyperly critical or micromanage, every little thing that happened. If they ask, sure, but sometimes it's just best to, like, show some grace. The same way you might want to know some information without being condescended to or made to feel like it was a regrettable thing to ask. So it doesn't just have to be about cold feet and warm socks. It can be about giving information, giving something that somebody can use that is constructive, and being able to move forward with that, and allowing you to actually speak a final piece as well, or in return ask, hey, what was it from your end? It can go a lot of different ways, but warm socks was definitely the main one, as far as just saying, yeah, I can, appreciate what we had. I can support what moves that you are making now, but I can't be a party to any hesitations that you might have. You have to move on with those, and that's just an adult thing to have to do. So I don't know. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Certainly doesn't make me a hero of anything, doesn't make me a villain either. It just makes me a person who's experienced some things like you guys. So that's why I like your ace up the sleeve advice, comment, experience, to hear what your thoughts are on something like this, and be able to maybe impart some wisdom for other readers, other viewers, and have a conversation about it. So, as always, subscriptions to the channel are free, and I hope this finds everybody in your place, pursuit, or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Peace, love, unity, solidarity. And as always, subscription, video, and video. Stick around.